and you can watch all of the races at once. Oh, and we're off. Hold on, I don't quite seem to have them off yet. I guess I'm having a little bit of problems as well.
No, they have not started on my screens either yet.
Oh.
I fast forward as far as VSL will take me. He's not even started yet.
Same here.
I have a start on DarkRupy's side now. And Greenleaf now.
We apologize. It seems that we're a bit behind. And we already have a power bracelet pickup as the Armos item. I saw a power bracelet pickup on DarkRupy's side.
I've got 201 on Greenleaf. Alright, we should be good. And DarkRupy's in the second room of whatever dungeon he's in. Which has the bow! So it's looking like possibly a normal overworld. I did not see where they both went, but since neither have got a candle, neither have got bombs, and neither have got a recorder, I'm going to assume that we've got some kind of vanilla dungeon locations going on. And it does look like we have enemy shuffled drop groups as TGE just got a bomb off of, it looks like a Zol.
And we do have a Triforce in a Triforce room.
Yeah, TGE did just get a heart out of the desert room, which is the normal drop room for a heart in level 2.
And it seems that we have non-shuffled shapes and palettes because DarkRupy picked up the map and found that this one-colored dungeon is indeed the Eagle. And it has the normal level 1 enemy set as well. That probably means that the dungeon Greenleaf's in is level 3. We'll see if that is the Darknut set. No, that is a Wizrobe set.
Yeah, and 0 HP enemies to boot. So we do have shuffled enemy groups between dungeons, but 0 HP making it pretty easy to get through. One, I don't believe we did.
And yes, that is... Level 1 was at its vanilla location.
Also...
the start screen was not vanilla. It was up in the... on Death Mountain, right near where the power bracelet is normally located, and it was the power bracelet there. There's the horizontal shoot room in 3, which is where it normally belongs. There could be a lot of unshuffled stuff here, it's looking like.
It looks like we've got normal dungeon drops as well, which is super interesting because we just had a seed going on right now with JSR.
We did, and that's the raft. That's the normal room it's in. Is this full on? No, it can't be full on normal dungeon layouts because the Triforce room in 1 was not in the correct spot.
No, we do have randomized dungeon rooms, perhaps at the very most, but for certain, we do have got. I've got normal items, which is odd. We have 2 seeds tonight, which have got normal items.
This is the one that just started an hour ago. Was just the second one this tournament that I saw, and now here's the third.
Yeah, this will be the 4th overall.
4th overall. Okay, I missed one of them then.
Yeah, the saver matchup was also the same way.
Oh, then that's which saver matchup?
Just the most recent one, Saver versus Matric.
Oh,
that was almost as vanilla could possibly get.
Okay, because I was just going through the some of the VODs last night and watched that first round match that he had with AA. That was quite a match.
So TG making what I would say a good gamble here and heading to level 4. I would have to assume thinking that items are in their normal dungeons.
Yeah, especially if he was watching the other one.
And if anything, this ladder should tip him off that we do in fact have got normal items in dungeons, which means that this should be an extremely fast seed.
Okay, so that's fewer things to track. So instead, I'm just going to track how many of each enemy set we have. So far, we've seen Gorillas in 1 and 2, Wizrobes in 3, and Darknuts in 4.
Yeah, you have to imagine that TG probably won't even spend time searching for keys. Just a few enough to get through these dungeons, and if really need be by the end of the match, you try to get that 80 key out of 8, which once they find a candle would be pretty easy to access.
Yeah.
With Vanilla Overworld, they could just go to a pick any cave and pick one up from there.
Yeah, I was still having trouble catching up. We do have free candles.
Well, I actually missed that. If they do have free candles, then yes, they can do that. Otherwise, they need to find a shop, but it shouldn't be too difficult. Level 9 was a joke. I'm sorry to hear that, Dracados. I'm right there with you, buddy. Our R9 was not fun today.
TG picks up the Triforce in 4 and is probably going to head to 1 now. And meanwhile, we've got DarkRupy picking up the Tri in 2.
Yeah, again, these guys should make pretty quick work at this. I'm hoping DarkRupy is figured out at this point that drops are in their normal spots, and the next logical place to go is going to be level 3. So you could go to 4 to get the ladder. That way you're not dealing with any kind of a ladder block in 5 through 8. TG well on his way, understanding what's going on in this set of flags. That we've got Vanilla Overworld, we've got Vanilla Dungeon items. It's just a matter of finding where the Triforce is, and I mean, don't even have to kill rooms to find it. You just have to figure out, oh hey, there it is, I'm taking it, I'm done.
Do not have free candles, and DarkRupy picks up the potion.
Yeah, again, I think playing on the, the 0 HP enemy set, where it's viable to go low hearts, just because everything dies quickly and you keep a beam sword.
Yes, but he does already have 4 hearts, not the 3. So I wonder if we've seen boss HP. I remember that Zarnax race where he was going to go with the 3, but then when he saw bosses weren't 0 HP as well, he decided to go to a 5-heart strategy instead so that he could get a white sword.
Yeah, this Greenleaf Effect did take a shot at Gleeok, and they did have more than the normal 0 HP that we usually end up with in these seeds. So, you know, White Sword can be useful, but maybe he's trying to one-up Zarnax and only go with 4 hearts instead of 5.
Yes, meanwhile, Greenleaf picks up his 5th heart.
And DarkRupy does make the correct decision and heads to level 3 to pick up the Raft.
3. Meanwhile, TGE is probably about to head into 2.
Yeah, at this point, you have to assume that he's probably going to make the general route here. He's got enough rupees to pick up a candle once he heads over to level 5. So I assume that he's probably going to make the general any percent route here, where we go 2, 5, 7, 6, 8, or 2, 5, you know, around the world like that to finish out these dungeons.
Seems fair enough.
The only thing that could hinder him at this point would be keys, which again, he's in level 2, so he should pick up at least a couple on the way through here, enough to get him through the rest of these dungeons. At least for these guys, the rooms are in fact shuffled. In the Saver Race, it was actually vanilla rooms in their locations normally as well, so they knew where every item was located before even going into the dungeons, making it extremely fast. At least these guys have got to do a little bit of searching to find the items in the Triforces. Meanwhile,
there's yes, Triforce pickup in 3.
Yeah, so DarkRupy not too far behind. Again, he's already finished 1 and 2. So while TG is finishing up 2, he's going to head to level 4 and pick up the ladder. And at some point, you have to think that these guys are going to converge in, you know, level 6 or level 7, as there is currently a very small time difference between these guys. Wonder if they're going to maybe pick up arrows, as there is the possibility of, you know, Goma blocks in the later levels, which would be kind of interesting.
It's a possibility. But, yeah, this is a very fast-moving seed.
Oh, and TGE finds that compass and realizes, oh man, I gotta use a key, and I just spent all that time going everywhere for nothing.
And DarkRupy gets the ladder in 4. Yeah, we're just over 12.5 minutes in, and Greenleaf already has 4 Triforces. DarkRupy is probably about to get his 4th.
Yeah, at this point we can just hope for a 1-hour level 9.
Yeah, that is always a possibility, even with vanilla shapes, because level 9 can just do that.
So TGE not opting to buy the shop, or just drop by the shop here to buy the candle. I guess I didn't see if the shops were shuffled or not. That could be it, but Vanilla Caves, that is a shop, which would be where you would want to pick up a candle. So we'll see where he decides to get that at.
Oh, well, we'll see what happens after he goes into 5 here.
I mean, there is the option, obviously, of taking the red candle out of 7.
Yes,
the thing is that you've got to find it.
He did mention that if all else fails, he'd do that, because he's actually still talking to his viewers, even though I assume that the chat is down, as is the norm.
Yes, he does like to commentate his own races, which is perfectly fine. Again, the only downside to that strategy again is that rooms are shuffled, so you may run into the Triforce early, and you know you wouldn't want to spend all that time searching 7 for a red candle. So we'll see what ends up happening.
Yeah, it all depends on what happens. I mean, he doesn't really need the candle until he's ready to go into 8, so if the red candle is easy to find, grab it. If not, go buy a blue candle.
At the fairy fountain, but that would be pretty cool. That's just a shout out to JamEvil, who put level 2 basically one spot below where 2 is here, but it was actually one spot below the fairy fountain, so we'll just say that it was a happy mistake. Meanwhile, TGE does pick up that Triforce, but is going to head back in now to get the recorder, which we know is required to finish the seed.
DarkRupy finally finds the Triforce. Seemed like it took him a bit longer to find the Triforce in 4 than it did TGE.
Yeah, he definitely full cleared that level. A lot of times not checking that little spike there in the middle can cost you, and it just so happened that it did this time. And this room not being very kind to TGE. This is a nasty room.
Looks like DarkRupy up 8 afterwards, so he's not going to head to 5. He's going to head right on over to 6.
Yeah, interesting strategy. I mean, it doesn't really matter how you do it. At this point, he's obviously not going to be gunning for magical sword, so, you know, just is logical. He's just going to have to go to 5 at some point to pick up the recorder. Meanwhile, TG finding the staircase he was not looking for. And thus we
quick wand in 6.
And Dracados, that's where the term rafter came from. Just don't tell Jamie that. And yeah, a wand pickup here. I don't think that we have got Boomstick, but I don't know that we've seen a shop yet with a large shield either. So that could be something that we find out if these guys run into the wrong staircase on level 8. There could be a magical shield there.
Yeah, that would be something if in the otherwise vanilla items it turned out to be the magical shield rather than the book in 8.
And poor TGE finding everything but the item room, trying to preserve those keys, but unfortunately is just not able to do so. But it finds a life or money room on top of it.
And he's gonna try to bomb out of there.
An ops to burn a heart. Interesting.
Well, in this, I actually think that's the right call there, because he might still need the money for other things, and see this vanilla, you're not really, you're taking any percent strats, you're only clearing the minimum number of caves.
Yeah, I mean, with 0 HP, it shouldn't be too big of a deal, and he's guaranteed to get the white sword at this point as well. It's just, with 3 large secrets on the table, it seems kind of odd to burn a heart there, but, you know, it's one of those choices you have to make in the moment. I think this is going to be the last room for him, pretty close to it anyways. It's a spike room, don't even have to kill anything, that's unfortunate. So, I mean, a little bit of time gain here, perhaps, for DarkRupy if he ends up clearing 5 a little bit faster than TGE does. You know, this Triforce is here, and level 6 is clear up in the top as well, so... and it looks like it might be behind a staircase to get to that side as well.
TGE's gonna head for the white sword.
And Triforce number 6 for DarkRupy. So we're tied up on Triforces, just in different dungeons at this point.
Yep. And, of course, TG obeys after picking up the white sword, because The start location was closest to 6.
Yeah, and he could use the power bracelets to get over by level 7 as well. Just take the power bracelet spot to start if need be. So that is an option that will be available. Unfortunately, it does take a death to the P-hat on the ladder.
Ooh, yeah.
And there's a shield for 135, so I'm going to call it we do not have a boomstick.
I think that sounds about right. DarkRupy deciding to pick up the meat.
Where you at now? Okay. Alright. So TG making his way into 6.
While DarkRupy is picking up the white sword and is probably then going to head into 5.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see. I think TG is going to run into the spawn. It was pretty easy to find. So I don't see him not picking that up with bosses having shuffled or normal HP here, as well as giving him a permanent ranged weapon against most things.
No, he just passed it up. And now he's heading back into the room. I think he...
Well, he probably didn't anticipate an item. Usually that's the staircase. Meanwhile, DarkRupy has made his way into level 5. Gonna have to burn his last bomb to make his way through this dungeon. We'll see if that ends up being a problem with shuffle drop groups. And it does not get a bomb drop, so he's gonna have to go out to find either something that drops bombs or go back to the shop that he was just at not too long ago and buy some bombs.
And he's obeying. I think he's probably heading for a bomb shop if he knows where one is.
Yeah, right here by start was a bomb shop. It's just unfortunate that he lost all the time heading over to level 5.
Ah, yes, that's right. The bombs were in the same shop where he picked up the meat.
Yes, LOZ Cards fan. This is the second seed tonight without items being shuffled. The JSR matchup was also unshuffled items. So this is 4 total for the tournament, and 2 of them were within an hour of each other. So good game, Randomizer. We did get a hint that crossed the water to get the heart container, so I am fairly positive that the heart container is in fact the coast item.
Well, we've seen the other 2 shuffled items. We've seen that the white sword and power bracelet were in their normal spots, so if the dungeon items are in their normal spots, then by process of elimination, the heart container has to be in its normal spot.
We can always hope that the red ring silver arrow flag is in fact not checked, and somehow the silver arrows are on the coast and neither check. A call out to our earlier match between Dracados and I, where I didn't even check the White Sword Cave, even though it was in the vanilla location, because I forgot about it, and he didn't check it till really later, and it could have been the silver arrows as well. So don't forget to check everything on your way through Hyrule.
So DarkRupy, rather than picking up the Triforce and going back, is just going to search for the recorder first.
Yeah, not a bad choice. Again, you get the heart refill.
No, now he will pick up the Triforce.
Caster Kurtz, my friend. If you say it, they will do the opposite.
Yep. Meanwhile, Greenleaf's heading into 7 now.
Yeah, so Greenleaf has, I would say, a few minutes edge now. A lot of that is that DarkRupy had to leave to get bombs. We do have shuffle drop groups this time around, making bombs a little bit more difficult to pick up. I believe Zols do drop bombs, which is going to be basically the main staple in every group, which could just mean that the only thing that drops bombs in the dungeons are going to be Zols. And if I believe if he skips the staircase wisely and bombs up, he will run into the recorder very quickly. But unfortunately, he's going to take the same route as TGE and going to lose quite a bit of time here.
And if you're counting enemy sets, we've had 3 Gorilla sets, 3 Wizrobe sets, and 1 Dark Nut set. So if they head into level 8 and it's anything other than a Dark Nut set, then we'll know that it's got to be Dark Nuts in 9.
Which would actually be super nice for these guys. I'd make 9 a cakewalk. There's nothing difficult about a Dark Nut group other than, again, finding bombs in the shuffled bomb groups is really difficult.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Dark Nuts, they're better than Wizrobes, but I find Dark Nuts closer in difficulty to Wizrobes than to the Gorilla set. I think Gorilla set is just much easier than either of the other 2.
Yeah, when you have 9 HP blue moblins and you've got a wood sword, I think I'd take Dark Nuts over them, but I do agree with you on most times.
Yeah.
But I think we'll see the magical key being looked for with only 2 keys on TGE's side. That's pretty low.
Probably.
And again, I think seeing the Dark Nut set would be a blessing in disguise, as again, it doesn't look like anything in the Wizrobe group outside of Zols actually drops bombs. So that could be a major issue for 9. And DarkRupy does get his recorder. And TGE a red candle.
He does get the red candle. Yeah, that can actually be the curse of 0 HP. I'm pretty sure that the flags for shuffled... there has to be at least 1 bottom dropping enemy in each group. Does not pay attention to the fact that some enemies may never show up in a 0 HP seed, like red keys and split gels.
That is, I believe, also true. So it could be like the red keys or something of that nature.
Red keys could be bomb-dropping enemies, in which case, sorry, this is a 0 HP seed.
Have a good night, Pan. Day? Good day, Pan. I'm sorry. It's morning for you. Enjoy your class.
Yes. Good morning, Pan.
Well, yeah, I mean, very good point there, CCX, that while we do know that Zols do drop bombs, that, again, that also could be the only enemy in every group, because Zols are available in every enemy set. So it could just be that unless you find a room full of Zols, you are not going to get any bombs, which would be horrible.
That would be horrible.
And then it's 0 HP, going back to what you were saying about the Gria set, that is the preferred set for not, I would say, not normal 9, because the only thing that drops bombs in that group is going to be the red Guerrilla. But in 0 HP, everything in that group is vulnerable to pretty much everything. The wand, the red candle, arrows. So you have so many different ways to combat each room.
Yeah, that's basically what I was talking about there. Dark Nuts are... Maybe it's just me. I always have problems with my Dark Nut combat. as expected, TG whistles to 2 and is going to head to 8 with his red candle in hand.
Yeah, he's got 4 keys. We'll see how many he picks up and how many key doors there ends up being. We may see him just take the Triforce and leave without trying to find the magical key, depending on how many that he's got. Which again,
that room so quickly I couldn't see what enemies it had. Let's see what shows up in here.
And it is
a Dark Nut set, so we could have any of the 3 groups in 9 because we've seen at least 2 of everything, and you're only guaranteed at least 2 of each enemy set.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see TGE grab this Triforce and just head out. With this kind of a seed, you don't want to take any second for granted, and so I can totally agree with this pickup.
Quick Triforce. So let's head to 9.
And a death over on DarkRupy side going to cost him some more time, because while he does not need the, he might still need a candle as well, so he may be looking for that red candle too.
I don't think he's gotten the candle yet.
Which he'll find right here, so no big deal as far as that goes, but either way, still has to find that Triforce, which is kind of deep in the level there.
Yeah.
So I would say a pretty sizable lead for TGE right now. Probably a solid 3 minutes, but 9 has its ways.
Yeah, TG just said that he's been in go mode for a while now, because as in, he knows exactly what he knows he has to go and get.
Yeah, the lack of having actual shuffled items in dungeons really changes how your decision making works and makes it a lot simpler. You just, I don't need to even bother looking for this item.
And there's Reverse C. Oh, and this is the Gorilla set.
Oh, nice. You are correct. So that's super nice. We'll see if there's any bomb droppers in that, other than the Zols.
Silvers are not in Reverse C this time. TG expected to see those silvers there.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you randomize the rooms, the staircases themselves can also be shuffled. Why is the red ring right next door?
Pat regards the red ring.
And now we got a Bubblegum Princess Dark Nut.
Yep. Yes, that's correct. TG is playing as the Dark Nut, so he will be fighting Zelda if she's required, and will be rescuing Ganon.
Yeah, we'll see what TGE here does here. I think he needs to force a bomb. Again, you don't know what drops bombs in this set other than Zols. I don't know. That last bomb is so precious until you can figure out if you've got something else that's going to give you something.
Something just did.
Maybe it was the red.
I couldn't tell if it was the red or the blue, because he kind of killed both of them at around... They were almost right on top of each other.
Yeah, I mean, that's good news for both of these guys. Again, if it had been the Wizrobe set, I don't think anything that they could kill outside of Zols would actually drop bombs. So that would have been the worst possible set for them to pick up. So they'll at least be able to find bombs this way.
And he picks up a map. But
definitely is level 9.
Yeah.
Is Dr. J still going right now? I'm really confused.
Oh, I still wasn't paying enough attention to tell which one it was that just dropped that bomb. Did you catch it?
I did not. I assume it's the red. Yeah, that seed that Dr. J and JSR got, while the items were not shuffled in the dungeons, Everything else pretty much was.
Yeah,
The HP was brutal.
Yeah, the HP,
The shapes were nasty.
shapes.
So, I mean, again, just proving that Randomizer, despite the settings that you might set, can still be extremely difficult to deal with.
Oh shoot! We have a shoot room.
So it looks. I think we'll see TGE take some stairs here. That's the logical course. He's gone as far as he can up and left and right. And since we have not seen Zelda's room anywhere else in the game, that's the assumption that you have to make, is that she's in her room, since that is a 50% chance right off the bat.
Oh, and it takes him one room south of the normal red ring location.
Yeah, not where you want to be, I think.
And yeah, he's going to have to leave here because he knows that if he goes south again, he's going to end up in the room with the Ganon. Well, first
There he is.
Oh! Ganon and Zelda are not in their normal rooms. This is not the normal Ganon room that he's fighting Zelda in, or obeying away from her in because he doesn't have the silvers yet.
Yeah, I think that's why he checked that room, because that's super important information. Now he knows that Zelda could be any direction, because she's not in her, probably not in her room. Now we've seen the occasion where Ganon was out.
She's in this single river room.
Yeah.
These staircases seem to all be leading to the same place.
He does find another staircase. We'll see what this
Yes, maybe
does.
this one will either lead to the west half or have the silver arrows.
I think
It's
flashbacks
not the
from my
silver
race
arrows.
earlier, where all the staircases did exactly this. They took you all to the first two columns,
Oh my
and you
god,
went
it's
nowhere.
back to that reverse C. I think this is the farthest west he's been. Yeah, these two rooms. Just to the west of Star and one north of that.
This is literally just like my seed earlier. The staircases took you nowhere, except for the same column. You had to like bomb or key to get
Haven't you
anywhere.
already been in this staircase, TG?
Yep, right back up there.
Yeah.
And he's gonna go back up, and he's gonna run into the shoot room. That's why he couldn't go anywhere on the top row, because he ran into the chute.
Well, has he tried pushing these double block rooms? Maybe one of them has a staircase.
Yes, that's what took him to the farthest right column. I think he forgot this was the shoot room. So DarkRupy, meanwhile, has got on his way to level 8 now, finally found that Triforce in level 7. We'll quickly find the Triforce in level 8. We'll see if he plays for the Any key or not. And,
He
has the
bombs
opportunity.
west. This is somewhere new.
Okay, finally found the bomb wall.
Yep. Now he knows not to go north because that'll just take him into the O-shoot room. And finally, a path to the west of the, actually manages to get over to... This is still considered the eastern half, but he hasn't even been over to this column yet. Not been out of the 3 easternmost columns until just now. Oh, Patra. Hello, Patra.
Oh, he's got it bugged. How nice. Yeah, it looks like DarkRupy is not going to make a play for that magical key, so we'll be on his way to level 9 very shortly.
Ooh, key door to the north, key door to the south. He's already been to the north of here, though, so...
Interesting
he's gonna
choice to
head
use
to
the
the
key.
south.
Oh, this could be Zelda, I guess. And it's not.
Checks to the south. It is nothing important, so he heads to the west.
Looks like DarkRupy's gonna get one more heart or maybe another potion. Gonna grab a potion refill and then head over.
Compass pickup, and looks like Zelda, or for him Ganon, is in the L column near the south end. So he's going to see if he can.
How awesome would this be
this.
if he never even makes it to the east or the west-hand side of this dungeon at all?
Yeah. It turns out to be not required. Oh, I thought that bomb wall did open.
It did, but I think he's already been to those rooms.
Oh, okay.
So he's looking for a bomb wall to go elsewhere now. And we do have a DarkRupy entering level 9. We'll see. Man, this is close. TG has a keen advantage at this point, but still, this is anybody's game if DarkRupy just happens into the right area.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows? Ganon could still be required, which means that they got to find the silver arrows, which, again...
TGE finally enters the western half, and...
Life for money!
Money or your life,
This game. I love this game so much.
Oh, you do not want to be trying to, ladder clip with wall masters.
And we have now got a red rupee on
yeah, he doesn't want to be in this room anyway, because TGE is out of keys.
Oh no, that is a problem. Obviously there's a way down there that doesn't require ladder clipping, but he's got to figure out which way that is.
Yeah.
And again, we'll just see how long it takes Rupee to catch up to where TGE's at. Isn't a better key situation at the very least, but I believe TGE had about the same number of keys and has just spent a lot of them checking single rooms, just in case Zelda happens to be there. It totally changes your strategy when you find out that she is probably not in her room.
And TG is out of bombs, but his last bomb opened a door to another key.
Oh man, now he's out of
keys. You'll
keys.
have to spend.
Oh man. Was it the blue ones?
I'm thinking it was the red ones.
Oh man.
Right. It's the red ones.
Oh, this is brutal for TGE. Needs bombs, needs keys, needs a magical staircase. There's nothing worse than knowing where the princess is, but not having any way to get to her.
Well, let's see what this double block room does. Will the block push? Yes, it will. Will it be the silvers? No, it will not. But a magical staircase might not be a bad thing either.
I think, wasn't this the compass room? No, but
No.
He's close. DarkRupy's close to the compass room, I think.
If only he had a key. I think this is an important staircase, because that dumped him out just 2 rooms north of the kidnapped.
Yeah, and Rupee out of bombs now too, unfortunately. Oh my gosh, they're like right there. He is right next to Zelda's room. If he gets a bomb drop off of these orange ones and bombs left, he could win this, but doesn't get the bomb drop. Oh, this is so tense. And DarkRupy finding all the troll staircases in the world at the same time. And, I mean, at least has 2 keys to his name. At this point, TGE, you know, you've got to find the red Gorillas. So they're in the same spot as if this were a normal red Gorilla set.
Oh,
where
another key and
a staircase.
A staircase, yeah.
Bombing left did not work for TG, according to Kato, so have to find a way around, and maybe this is the staircase.
This is another staircase.
This does go to the eye.
The Eye of Skull.
He needs bombs.
He's got a second key. Wonder if he's going to, if I were him, I'd head back into that staircase that took him to 2 rooms north of, the kidnapped. Oh, there's Zelda's room.
Oh, this is so tense.
Yeah. If I were TG, I'd head back into that staircase 1 room west of where he's about to end up, and try using one of those 2 keys to head south to see if it is a required battle. Looks like that is what he's going to do.
Alright, so bombs here for Rupee in a room that TG was not able to bomb out of. Oh, he's right above her. Cannon not required!
Yeah, and there it is. TGE has won the race.
A good game to TGE. Wow, that had to be just tense for him. He is excited. He makes it to that play-in race. And man, this could have been DarkRupy had he just taken the right path. We do have a Greenleaf effect. Congratulations, sir.
That freaking 9!
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a lot like mine earlier. You could not get anywhere west without going there physically. Everything took her. Yeah, it's just terrible. DarkRupy was like 4 minutes behind you, but has had better bomb luck.
It was more than that. It was actually more like 9 minutes difference almost going in.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Either way, that, oh my word, that 9 was just insane.
Yeah, it was.
And can I ask a question? Do we actually know where a candle shop was on the map? Because I never found one.
I don't think so, because for the most part, once you guys realized, oh, hey, everything's in their vanilla locations, you guys were basically just on any percent strats the whole way.
Yeah, as soon as I found level 3 in its spot and found the raft, my immediate thought was, okay, nothing is shuffled. I'm going to go on the assumption that dungeon drops aren't shuffled. So I did that, and then when as soon as I found the ladder in 4, I'm like, forget about it. I'm going to check 1 cave. If not, I'm just going to pick up the red candle in 7 and just basically go blue candle route.
Yeah. Oh, and DarkRupy finds the silver arrows. So he's probably going to fight Ganon, and it's not required.
No, the best thing that once I realized that room drops weren't shuffled, I'm like, okay, I only have to worry about killing dark rooms in 9, like the black background rooms. Just so happened the first one I found had the compass, which completely changed my pathing.
Yes, yeah, he doesn't have the compass yet either.
Nope. Yeah, that was the big find there for me, was the compass. But oh god, this was not the level of stress I wanted when I have to win just to get into the play-in match.
Well, and it's so much more stressful. Again, you've just now had the 4th where the dungeon items aren't shuffled. We actually had one more with JSR earlier between Dr. J PhD. It's one of those things where it actually adds a new level of stress, because you're like, okay, well, everybody knows where everything's at. There's no longer an advantage of me finding an item. It's,
right.
Do I execute better than the other person? And so it's, yeah, I can understand it being stressful. And then you go into 9, and then you spend all this time in 9, like half the time of your seed in 9, just trying to get over there. And you're like, they can dot done at any point.
Oh yeah, I entered 9 at what, like 32 minutes?
Yeah, just about. And you spent almost 15 minutes in there.
Yeah,
so.
that 9 was, I mean, I think I ended with, 0 bombs and 1 key?
Something like that, yeah.
Very fortunate that you found some keys. I figured you would make the gamble, and DarkRupy did the same thing of not looking for the magical key. But, you know, he's now at 0 bombs and 0 keys.
Yeah, he's at 0.
I was at that. No, but the thing was, it's like, okay, going into AA, it's my last dungeon. I'm not going to sit there and dig for the magic key. if I come across a staircase, I'm going to take it. But the compass was right there in the room, like, okay, not even bother. Let's gamble on 3 keys.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't blame you. Again, with the way that this seed plays, that's the correct choice in my opinion.
Right. What threw me, though, is every staircase in the game, I'm pretty sure it had its normal set throughout the dungeon. So the single block room had the recorder in 5, all that. So I went into 9 and I saw the reverse C and I'm like, sweet, there's silvers. Wait, that's a staircase. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I'm 100% positive that when you have shuffled dungeon rooms, the staircases get shuffled too. Because I thought that as well when we had even enemies in their normal rooms. There were the correct enemy wizrobe set in that reverse C, and it still ended up being a staircase.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about this 9 is I'm going in and I'm not sure if anyone had voice on, but I'm talking to my chat and I'm like, we've got wand, I've got sword beams. Please let this be a Guerrilla 9 first room style photos. Yes.
Yeah, and luckily Red Guerrilla actually dropped bombs because nothing in the wizrobe group dropped bombs with Zols unless it was red keys, which you would never see due to 0 HP. Right. So you guys would have really had trouble. Because I don't think we've seen Zols yet in 9, maybe one room.
I don't remember seeing Zols in 9.
So yeah, very fortunate that it was the Red Guerrillas that dropped bombs this time around and you got that set.
Not that they helped me when I was killing them, because nothing gave me bombs. I had to, scrounge around. Thankfully, I was lucky enough that I found that one key in the in the Diamond Patra room, and oh hey, that's the key. Oh hey, scanning's not required.
Yeah. And he entered that staircase and passed it up about 2 minutes ago, so we'll see if he makes his way back there.
But it was because once I went up and saw Zelda's room in its normal location, I'm like, okay, this actually is better for me because I'd already found the staircase. I'm like, okay, that means I can potentially come in from the top now and not have to loop all around. So actually seeing Zelda's room made my life a little bit easier, actually.
Well, yeah, that's right. I guess there was still that possibility, but yeah, we saw you go in to, even knowing that you didn't have the silvers, you went into Ganon's room there.
Yeah, and that was to check and see if Ganon was in his own room.
Exactly.
And doing that allowed me to think, okay, so there's a pretty good chance that Zelda is not in her room. So that's the reason I did that. Like, I fully went in there expecting to have to up A out of that, just hoping that, to get some information. When I saw, oh, hey, it's the Double River room. The stress isn't over yet. I still get a top 6 or whatever it is, the play-in race.
Yeah, but you've put it on. Oh, and we're about to see some Ganon combat. 0 HP Ganon.
Okay, I'd like to point out that 3 of my 4 seeds have had 0 HP Ganon.
Mm-hmm.
They're just trying to be kind to your skill set, TG.
Well, if that's the case, bosses would have been 0 HP too.
Yeah. Fortunately, I don't think there were any that were really in the way of this seed, but that could have been a problem.
I killed an Aquamentus, that's what I killed.
An Aquamentos, the Fresh Maker.
Fresh Maker.
But yeah, congratulations again. You get to make that play-in race. Guaranteed to be a tough field. JSR joining you today. Yeah, I mean, top 6 in that is not going to be an easy task by any means.
No, not at all. I mean, just taking a look at some of the matchups. I mean, just for example, we've got a 2-1 matchup of RC Drone and Amazing Ampharos. One of those 2 is going to be in the play-in round.
Yeah. Yeah, it's insane. Like, it's, I don't know, it's just... I think Ampharos has probably had the most ridiculous path in this entire tournament.
Oh my god, yes!
I think it's what, Saber, Drone, and Fred?
And Drone. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, way to draw the short straw every single time.
Yeah. Oh my, this 9 is, I'm just, the big thing I'm happy about is that this 9 is treating Rupy the same way it treated me. Which is not very good.
Yeah, he's just got to make his way back to that Patra staircase. He went in and left, And unfortunately, I think that's the only way to get anywhere else in the dungeon at this point.
Based on my mapping, yeah, that staircase in the upper right corner underneath the E, my staircase 4, because it's the fourth one I found that transported, yeah, it seems to be the only way to get anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, he's out of keys, out of bombs, which is never a good place in 9.
No, but from where he was, he goes back that he needs one key. He needs one key.
Yeah, but he doesn't have it yet. He needs to find a key.
I think he might have to up and A out of here, at least to go get some bombs or something at this point. He's exhausted. I think every option available to him, unless there's some random staircase that he hasn't found his way to yet.
The only thing I know there's a bomb shop, the normal candle shop northwest of Vanilla Start Screen. I know that's a bomb shop.
There's also one right east of the power bracelet spot, right by where you guys started, and he's using.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's the bomb spot. Right.
New.
That's the bomb spot. The other one is a blue ring shop. I'm misreading my map. Sorry about that.
I think that was...
Maybe it's not something new because he didn't even check that staircase, so he must have been here already.
This spiral one right here was the silvers.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the silvers.
Yeah, the spiral was the silvers. So.
It's unfortunate when you see this. It's just a matter of running out of resources, and the way that this race, again, played out, you had to play low resource. You couldn't take that time or the gamble that your opponent was going to look for the magical key at 8 when the Triforce is 4 rooms in. Like, it's just not going to happen.
And this is the staircase that
Yeah, this is the staircase
eventually
he needs.
he'd need, but he doesn't need it right now. There's no way out of there other than to go back through the staircase.
Right. But I'm sitting there, I'm going, I got no keys. I'm trying to figure out, can I bomb clip through the key door? I'm trying to figure out some way. I'm like, anytime I wanted to key clip, there was no shutter door, no nothing.
That's that key. That was the one you found there. Now, if I remember correctly, there was another one. If he goes through this staircase, he'll find a second one.
Yep, but that key right there, that's the one that he needs.
Yep. But he doesn't have the compass, so he doesn't know that yet.
No. Yeah, finding the compass was the biggest thing in this 9. Like, I've never been so happy to find a compass in my life.
He's not even going to clear that gel room. That was the other key, wasn't it?
Yes, that double river room is.
He's just gonna head back through the staircase. Wonder if he's mapped and knows that that other key door is nothing that he hasn't explored. Well, he's not heading back through the double block staircase, so I think he's thinking of somewhere else. And he used the key. That's not gonna help him.
Oh no.
A dead end.
Well,
Though,
again, I think there is one other source of key that he hasn't exhausted yet, that double river room. But
right,
he's gonna up A as he's heading back in.
Logically speaking, though, that was the right key door because he hasn't been anywhere to the southwest. So that logically for him, if you look at his map, that was the way to get to the majority of the rooms that he has open. Those other key doors would only access 1 or 2 rooms on his map, whereas that had the potential for 10. So I can see why he made that. It was just a gamble that was incorrect.
Yeah, no, but definitely based on what I'm seeing, that was absolutely the correct call, just based on the mapping. I know the way this 9 was mapped too, so that's absolutely the correct call. I mean, I probably would have done the exact same thing if I didn't have a compass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which she doesn't, and that's the other thing that's really going to cost him, is that he has not been able to find his way to the compass. Now, he picks up some bombs. He finally gets that bomb drop off the red Gurias.
Well, bombs are definitely good. I mean, that opens up options. I'm not sure if it actually opens up anything, but it definitely opens up options.
Mm.
So, that staircase,
I think we'll see him go back to the same room.
This
that
is
he was
another.
just in.
No, that's that's just that room.
I think we'll see him try to go back to that room that he just keyed into, and perhaps try to bomb out. I think there was another way to Zelda.
You could enter her room from the left-hand side.
Yeah, so I
Okay,
think we'll
so
see him
maybe
try
that's
that.
where he'll end up.
Like the other thing is if I didn't find that staircase, I was going to try and clip down in that tea room and go through that door and see where that led me.
Yeah, so he's heading back over here. We'll see if he can bomb down or right and make some additional progress here in this dungeon. If not, then I don't even know how you get to the rest of this dungeon.
Maybe through Zelda's room.
Okay. Oh no!
Oh no!
God, he does get down there at
Another
the shutter door.
key to get further to the east. Oh, but no, down here you can continue east.
Can I say though, honestly, that of all the custom crazy sprites I've seen, DarkRupy's sprite is by far my favorite.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That's probably the best of them this tournament.
Yeah,
Though
DarkRupy's sprite is definitely awesome.
Although I still think I liked JamEvil's taco sprite from the last one.
Wiggle waggle.
Yes, with the little taco butt wiggling, that was also awesome.
Oh my god,
Oh
another
my
life for money.
God. And he doesn't have the rupees.
I mean, he wants to bomb right anyways, and
he's gotta spend a heart.
so he needs keys. Like, he's still key blocked.
Yeah, he needs to. Right now, what he needs. One, he needs to find that compass, and then once he finds that compass, he needs to head back to the Double River room and kill those gels there to get that key.
Well, he at least made it back to the Silver Arrow room, but unfortunately still,
Oh, and
another
he's
key door.
able to bomb south from there. Oh, but it's another key door.
This is horrible.
Can I bring up one thing that I just thought of? He's a rupee sprite in a leave your life or money room. So no matter which one he chooses, isn't he just leaving his life?
I guess so. Oh, this is brutal. He has to get a key, and then he's got to pick the right door.
Yeah. I mean, as far as we know, there is at least one other key that he has not picked up, but...
Yeah, but I don't see him making his way back there, unfortunately.
No.
He could bomb. He did try bombing down. You can't bomb down.
No,
you can't bomb right. What a troll, level 9. And you haven't. There's still no access to the L column, the first L column yet either, without a key, which is ridiculous.
Well, no, I thought he was in the L. I thought weren't the silver arrows in the L column?
I think they were in this column. I could be wrong. I'm wrong very often. Okay, you are correct. I was just thrown off because of the 2 dots in the middle on the right-hand side that he has not explored yet. Or one of them, I suppose. One of them, the other one is the eye. Well, buckle up, folks, because we might be here for a while. At this point, I might either go to 8 or go try to buy some rupees, get some rupees and buy a key. Because he's, other than the one room that we know drops a key, we know that he has literally gone to every room imaginable and has no way without a key at this point.
Well,
So
he can't have gone to every room imaginable because he doesn't have a compass, unless that was a key.
oh my goodness,
He bombs into another room.
you can.
Oh my
GG!
God!
What?
GG!
Was this a 4-room 9?
Yes!
Oh
Wow.
my god!
I wondered if you had bombed that room or not.
I didn't. I never bombed that room.
Wow!
Oh my god!
9 strikes again!
Are you kidding me?
You can't do anything but laugh. That's all you can do. Well,
You
congratulations
can't.
to
You
DarkRupy
really
for finishing that without finding another key. Holy cow. The whole time it's right there.
Wow, that
It's right
9.
there all along. You needed one freaking bomb
That's crazy.
that whole time.
Without finding another key. Holy cow. Oh, man. That's great. Way to cap off the night.
Hello there.
Yeah. Oh, well, is this capping off the night? I mean, there was another race starting the same time as ours.
I think they're still
I can't
going over
imagine
there.
that
Well,
one
it's capping
would have
off the night for
finished.
me.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Man, after my 9 earlier and then seeing this, I just...
Was it that bad?
You and I both bombed around that entire thing. I had about a 20-minute 9. You had about a 20-minute 9. And apparently we could have just gone in, bombed left, and been done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lectricato said, it is improved by us because it is way harder than it should have been. In our race earlier, we both went around the room that had the silver arrows in it about 3 times, which is accessible from 3 directions. So we feel your pain, very much so.
I'm more angry about that level 7 though.
Level 7? Was that,
I almost full cleared level 7 trying to Triforce.
I guess we hadn't been paying that much attention to your 7 because I think by then TGE was already in 9.
Yeah, the 7 was quite tricky. The red candle was very early up the left-hand spine, but to get over to the Triforce, it was in kind of a convoluted area towards, I
Yeah.
think it was the top, the
Top
bottom
right.
portion of the nose there. On
I
the
think
top.
it was in its. Yeah, it was. I think it was either in its normal spot
Yeah.
or right above it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and DarkRupy, I think you also almost full cleared 4 looking for the Triforce. Now 4 is not as big, but it definitely seemed like it took you a lot longer to clear 4 than it took TGE.
Yeah. It's possible. I mean, after I got the step ladder, I was just after I got the step ladder, I was just trying to clear the dungeons. Oh, and 5, I had to come back because
Yes,
no bombs.
yes, that's right. I almost forgot you'd gotten bomb blocked in 5.
Yeah. And oh my gosh, that 9, like, I don't know. I'm not sure how long it took me to finally get a bomb drop.
My 9 was the same way, my friend.
Yeah.
Well, the way bombs work is the only thing available to drop bombs in that set would have been either Zols or Red Guerilla, and because you had shuffled drop groups, and I don't think we saw any Zols, so the only thing available would have been Red Guerilla, and they were only in a few rooms overall.
Yeah, I was hunting the blue ones because I didn't know they were different. So that was entirely my fault.
Oof.
It happens.
So, yeah.
And I can do about it now.
But yeah, and there were definitely a lot of differences in the way you guys got through 9. You actually did find the silver arrows because Ganon wasn't required.
I didn't think so. So because I found Ganon like really early. And so I was like, okay, Ganon's here, but I don't think he's required. So let me go and find Zelda. And I found the silver arrow and the red ring looking for Zelda.
Yeah. Oh, red ring was very early.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you did end up bombing in there, and we had mostly been thinking about how that you needed one. There was, I think, still one key that you did leave behind. That double river room with the gels in it would have dropped a key. But you also needed to find that compass room. It was, I believe, a Patra, was it, TG, that guarded the compass?
No,
it wasn't.
It wasn't a Patra. It was, I can't remember if it was Blue Gorillas, if it was Gorillas and Keys. It was something.
Okay. Yes.
It might have been ropes. I don't know.
But yeah, you never found the
I never found
compass
the
there,
compass.
and with so many key doors, we were figuring that it would probably be best if you found that compass before finding the that last key, because that would tell you exactly which key door you needed, because you had been in that room 2 north of Zelda and would have seen that key door to the south that would have taken you there. But it probably was not the most intuitive key door to take if you didn't know that would get you 1 room away.
Yeah.
Or you could just bomb 3 rooms up and go left and get there.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, I saw that in my face. I just like completely face tested. I'm like, well, that was just the complete, summation of this seed. It looks easy. It looks easy. It feels easy. It's not.
We were freaking out at that. I mean, that was crazy.
I was thinking in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, maybe I should look in level 8 for the magical key, because I might need it for level 9. But I had like 5 keys, I think, in level 8. So I was like, I'm going to risk it and not look for it.
Yeah. It
would have definitely helped. And then I saw when TGE finished, at the time I was like, okay, yeah, Ganon definitely isn't required because you finished that early. Or at least that's what I assume.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a rough one.
Telling me.
Yeah, never thought I'd see a seed where everything was supposed to be where it was and still was a pain.
Yeah, but it was at least for you, TG, still about a 45-minute seed?
Something like that. Either way, I think it's 1:30 over here on the east, so
yes, I'm on the east coast.
This would be a good time for us to say good night, everybody.
Sounds good. I was just watching the other race that started at the same time as ours, and it just finished up.
I gotcha.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was just kind of the consolation race, an 0-3 race there.
They're both 1 and 1, or 1 and 2. So
yeah.
So they are playing to get into that that race.
Okay, so.
But no need to spoil. People can go watch that on the VODs if they want to check out.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say anything.
No need to spoil who won that.
No, well, the winner had already been decided when I went over there.
Yep, me too. But anyway, Ruby, a great race. I hope you enjoyed the tournament here, my friend, and hopefully we see you around for the one that's coming in the fall.
Oh, we'll see. I'll have to really.
That's the rumor going around anyway.
See. If it's a one-hit knockout, then definitely. But
yes, the one-hit knockout tournament. How many different ways can you say he did?
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks to the Dave again, Dave, for picking up the restream here.
Dave.
And for me, I apologize. I'm super tired, so I've been kind of spacing out. But Again, thank you to you guys for racing, and congratulations, TG, for
Oh,
making it on,
yeah,
and
I
DarkRupy for a great tournament.
I think we're all pretty tired.
Yep.
Well,
Well,
I
yeah,
like to see-
you're on the West Coast, right, Dr.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's only 10:30
Yeah.
for him.
Okay, well,
Either way.
enjoy the rest of yesterday, Dr.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Yep.
Good night, everyone.
All right. Take
This
care.
is CyberChowX signing off.